G'day, I'm Wild Willie and welcome to another edition of Wild Willie's Wild Outdoors. I just got an email a few minutes ago from someone off YouTube asking me why I'm digging the top shelter so much and I'm willing to throw the poncho by the wayside. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to we'll set up the poncho, we'll set up the shelter the way I used to set it up anyways. I can show you how to do that. There's plenty of ways to do it. I mean, there's lots of versions on the internet. Anyways, I'm going to set that up and I'm going to show you why I prefer the top now over the poncho. Alright, so sit back and enjoy the ride. Alright, here's my military issue rain poncho. Right now, I've got it set up as a lean-to. Very easy to do. All I use is two collapsible tent poles from an old dome tent. You'll see I got them in there, and they're 5-foot lengths. That's all I needed. I ended up cutting out the cordage inside and just linking them together that way. So, and you tie it in the middle there using the drawstrings from the hood. This makes a quick shelter. It's no faster, no slower than tying up a top, really. The only benefit this is some people sleep in this just like this, but the only, well, not even a real benefit, it's low to the ground, but there's no room to move in there. I'm going to show you, hold on. So when you're lying this on the ground, I mean, there's room in there for you to lie down in there, but that's about it. There's no really move to room, no room for your gear. So I'll show you what I do using a couple pieces of cordage and one more tent pole just to get some height in there, get it more comfortable. I mean, there's still not the room that there would be if you're using a 10 by 12 or an 8 by 12 top, but let me give you a go here. Alright, well, you can see what I did here. It's there's a little bit more room to the height than what it was. You can at least roll over in there and you don't got to worry about bumping the sides too much. I mean, the top should be twisted off so no rain gets in there, but it does make a little bit of a ventilation chimney. So what I did, very simple, is on the fronts here, I just took the cordage from the inside these poles here, the ones that I broke down, and I just tie them off to the ends, and that creates, I mean, the tighter you bring those, the higher up the tent's going to sit, right? I mean, it's going to be narrower, but it's going to be higher. There's your give and take. And in here, in the top, I just ran a full pull from end to end. And the reason why I did that, you'll see it on the back end too. The reason why I did this, I like this part, because all I can do, this pole stayed together. I never took it apart. There's cordage inside. I can simply pull this pole here and just drop this, and it closes in. Not quite to the ground, but it closes in a lot better. So it is some shelter, some away from the wind. You'd still have to put your gear there and everything else. So really, there's no benefit to this. I just like the top more because there's a little bit more room inside, and that's about it. As far as this is good, I guess, for a one man of an emergency. I wouldn't want to spend any more than a knot or two in here if I had to, but this is why I prefer the top over this method here. So hope I answered some questions.
Alright, like I was saying, there's not enough room in here for me. I can lie in here, I can stay warm. It's a smaller area to heat, granted, but you couldn't do nothing else in here. I don't even think you could have a fire to get close to the entrance there to bring the heat in. I'd worry about this the poncho melting. But it isn't a good emergency shelter. I guess it'd be good in the bug out bag for a secondary shelter if you want to carry the extra weight, but I still think the top's the way to go.
Alright, tea's done, just letting it steep. Be good to go in a minute. Anyways, I'm Wild Willie, and this was my video on my top versus poncho camping. Now, that's why I prefer one over the other, strictly because of the room. Just before I go, got a couple emails. Why aren't you doing the wildlife filming that you were doing before? Well, one, it's winter time, there's not a lot going on. There is still the animals around, but they're not as active in the wintertime as they are in the spring and in the summer. Number two, it's I'm back to the bushcraft side of things and the urban survival side of things a little bit more. One, because I believe in being prepared. It's you don't know when you're out doing the camping or the bushcraft if something's going to go wrong, so you might as well get as much knowledge and experience as you can to deal with the situation. And as far as urban survival, well, like I said before, I believe it's a question of It's a question of when, not if. So you know what, I have a little bit more than a flashlight, a blanket, and a cans of beans in my basement, and that's the way I want to be. Today's society, unfortunately, there's also the possibility of man-made disaster, so I want to be prepared for all that. So I'm going to kind of focus on that through the winter time anyways, being prepared out in the bush and being prepared at home. So that's my goal. Back in the spring we'll get back to more wildlife adventures, I'm sure. But for now, this is it. If you have any questions or any emails about something you want to see, God knows I'm not the king all, end all of bushcraft, urban survival, wilderness survival, but I love to learn. So if you got any ideas, please shoot me off a line, and we'll try something new for sure and get it out here on video. And I'll tell you what I think of it anyways, if I can use it, not use it, if it's going to be good for me or not. But anyways, I'm Wild Willie, and I'm signing off. So remember, keep your head up in the bush. You never know what you're going to see.